Testing, testing, one, two, three. Testing, testing, one, two, three. Marcus speaks. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, very podcast that gives you trending topics and other random things that I like to talk about. So, without further ado, I'm late. We don't need to talk about that, but we will get into today's show. Um, but before we do that, um, let me promptly get into some promotion, such as welcome to the show. If you could like this video, share this to your social medias, your friends, and your family, and also subscribe if you are new here. I would gladly appreciate that. Please don't be shy. Write something in the live chat because we might have a lot to talk about today. Um, every Friday and Saturday, I do a game stream. I do a game stream Friday, and then I do a podcast stream on Saturdays, such as today. You can catch me both days, other than today, but every other weekend. I stream at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys would like to, do me that favor and hang out with me, you can. Just remember what time and what time zone you're in. That I come on and we can get this show cracking. So if you could please subscribe to this here channel. But I would like for you to go into the description box, go to the Rumble link in the section of the description that says links. Go to the Rumble link. I want you to hit that link and I want you to follow me over on Rumble. My the next, I don't know how many people I have subscribed over there, but I believe it's like 25, if not 30 people who subscribe to me at first, allows me to live stream over there, which I will take that information, I will put it here over in Restream, and I will simulcast both here on YouTube and on Rumble. Just in case if the conversation gets spicy, if audience members wants to call the number that I will be telling you guys in just a moment. Or if you want to hit the link, you can. There's a link pinned in the live chat. Also, there's also a number you can call. So I want you guys to utilize that to the best of your abilities when you come up and come speak with me. But there are some rules that you have to follow. Rule number one: you must be on camera at all times if you hit the link. There's no ifs, ands, buts about. If you come backstage into my green room, I need for you to let me know what your name is and your answer so I can further accommodate you from there. Also, if you don't want to be on camera, that is fine. As I said, there's a question back here I want you to answer just so you can be further accommodated. And this goes for both the link and the phone number. Please silence all background noise. I'm at least trying to run a semi professional show here. So if you could, please do me this favor. Go to a nice secluded spot in your house where there is no noise so we can hear each other, all right? And also, like this video, subscribe. If you are new here, hit that bell to all, and also share this with your family, friends, co-workers if you have to, and your social medias. So, I didn't play the theme song, which I probably won't now. The scrolling ticker is for you. Read over that as it scrolls by. When you see that gap come up, it's starting it from the beginning. If you have ever watched my show on Saturday, you will know that when I make my points, when I speak about the things I like to talk about, um, I like to play videos. Reason being is because it helps further what I have to say about each topic that I talk about. It helps you further understand what I'm talking about. So, there's no confusion. So, with that being said, you might be asking, well, Marcus, why are you telling us? I'm not really telling you. I'm telling YouTube. I'm telling YouTube for the simple fact is because I have to follow fair use. It's just not a YouTube guideline and or policy. It's also the law. So if you guys don't know what fair use is, well, this is exactly what fair use is. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right. And everybody, if you could, do me this one favor. I want y'all to go over to Jay Pylon's channel as well and subscribe to him. Hit his bell icon to all so you can get all of his notifications once he goes live or posts a video. I would like to say, for you coming on to the show, I want to give you a big round of applause. You guys don't know who Jay Pylon is. Jay Pylon is with the Hotep Nation group here on YouTube. They are a nonprofit. They help homeschooling. So if you guys know any homeschools that is going on right now, I'm pretty sure these people can utilize that information so they can donate their efforts to helping these homeschool efforts keep going. So please do yourself a favor and follow Mr. J Pylon. So with today's show, man, honestly, to tell you all the truth, I didn't even really want to do a show today because news has been booty. Like, news has been so booty, but consistency. So I had to come up. That's the reason why I'm late, is because I was contemplating if I wanted to come on for the simple fact that not only was I late of coming on, my eyes been itching because of my allergies. So, if I sound a little funny tonight as well, and I'm sniffling and stuff like that, bear with me, all right? Because it's kicking my ass. So, without further ado, people, I have no small banter tonight other than asking, how the fuck are y'all doing? Hope you're doing good. Let's get into today's topic. It's the only topic of the day, and that is the full show overview is Jay-Z's alleged son wants to be loved. Now, I always come unprepared most of the time, which I am right now. So, Jay-Z, let me bring the picture up so you guys can see. So, there was a lady that stated, I guess a few years back before her passing, that she secretly had a love child with um Jay-Z. So her son, which you see on the right there, that's the boy that they're saying. Well, that he's believing that Jay Z or Hove or H to the Ov, however the hell you want to say Jay's name. Um, he believes that Jay Z is his father, and he wants a paternal test to happen, or a paternity test, sorry, to happen, because he feels as though that he deserves that just due to understand if Jay-Z is or is not his father. That is the question. So, y'all know how I like to do it. Let's do a video and then let's get into today's article. Now, before I play this video along with fair use and all that, all videos and articles are accredited in the description box. I want you guys to know that. So, I'm not taking any ownership or anything for any of these videos that I'm about to show you guys, nor the articles, of which the articles have been altered from its original state. So there is no copyright infringement or plagiarism. So let's go.
So Jay-Z's alleged son was a result of failed contraception, claims the mother in an affidavit. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and check this out. So the Daily Mail got its hands on the exclusive document, which Wanda signed off on before she passed away in 2019. The document contains details on the night Rymir was conceived, with Wanda swearing under penalty of perjury that the statements she was making were true and correct to the best of her knowledge. Wanda alleged that she met Jay-Z through mutual friends and that they had sex in Jay-Z's aunt's apartment in Brooklyn shortly after they met. Wanda further alleged that while she and Jay-Z used protection during the act, the protection broke, thus resulting in Rymir's conception. Wanda claimed she slept with Jay-Z in 1992, 4 years before Reasonable Doubt would hit the streets. So she didn't realize that the man she was allegedly sleeping with would eventually become the global icon that he is today. Sean asked me to leave with him, but I told him I could not because my mother would be upset. I never saw him again until a year later on television, but I had no idea of his real name until later and did not know how to reach him. Rymir has been insisting that Jay-Z is his biological father for decades, and Wanda insisted that Jay-Z was her son's father until the day she died. Wanda claims she'd been battling Jay-Z in court since at least 2012, and she was disrespected by his legal team. At that time, too, their lawsuit claimed an attorney that the family hired was best friends and neighbors with Jay's lawyer, and they worked together to create procedural problems that led to the case to be thrown out. Even back then, Rymir claimed that he wasn't looking for a piece of the massive Carter fortune, rather he just wanted the rapper to acknowledge him as his son. It's never about money for me. My whole thing was just to see who my father was, and honestly, I get my own money. I work 2 jobs, I take care of my own business. Rymir also claimed that part of his demand includes unsealing the court documents so he can pursue the case against Jay-Z successfully. This is not going to be over until justice is served. I just want to live my life, and when it is all said and done, I hope that Jay-Z will want to be a part of my life if that is God's will. I won't stop fighting for this until I win, and I will win because the law is on our side. However, Jay-Z's attorneys have denied their claims and said the allegations have been previously reviewed thoroughly by the courts and have been refuted. I am sure that will be the outcome of whatever filings Mr. Satterthwaite may be currently considering. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification.
All right. So, we get the gist of what's going on, right? But I want to say this before we start the article. This is crazy. Like, how in the hell can you be fighting a case that's more than a decade old. Obviously, Jay Z doesn't believe that that boy is his son. So, what are we doing here? But there is a second video that I have that could lay claim of why Jay Z doesn't want to pursue this in paternity court, of which the 30, what is he, 30 years old? It's he's too old to, I'm pretty sure that they could do, some sort of test. But in the court of law, I believe after the age of 18 or something like that, like there's no more paternity tests going on. Like, I, I guess he'll have to file for a motion of just getting a DNA test done to see if their DNAs match. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you what is and what isn't. So anyway, I get my article that I'm going to be reading to you guys today from the Daily Mail, and the actual article title is in the description. But I chose out of it, woman who claims she had an illegitimate son with rapper Jay Z. So, a woman who claims she had an illegitimate son with world famous rapper Jay Z laid bare intimate details about their alleged fling in a signed affidavit described the series of events that led up to what she says was the moment her child was conceived. Wanda Satterthwaite, uh, ain't that how you say it? Satterthwaite, who passed away in 2019, insisted until the day she died that Jay Z, whose real name is Sean Corey Carter, uh, is the father of her son, Rymir, now 30, and she fought until her final days to try and make the rapper take a paternity test to prove her child's parentage once and for all. Now, for the first time, Rymir is sharing his mother's recollection of the night she says she and Jay Z had sex, revealing to DailyMail.com the affidavit in which she shared her memories of that evening in 1992. In the document, excuse me, in the document, which is dated February 25th, 2015, Rymir's mother, hold on, Rymir's ailing mother claimed claimed that she and Jay Z met through a mutual friend, that they spent a night together at the rapper's aunt's apartment in Brooklyn, and most damningly, that that they had protected sex, but the protection broke. Jay Z's attorneys have repeatedly denied. What the hell is going on? What the hell? Um, 1 second, y'all. Let me refresh this page and then let's see what happens. All right, we should be good now. All right, let me do something real fast. And let me see if the I'm gonna drop the link back in the chat because I have to compare. So give, give me a second. All right, it is the same, so I can delete that. All right, so I'm back. Just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to bring everything back. Um, all right, here I am. Can y'all see me? I'm here. All right. Um, let me let me delete my last. Let me delete my last comment. Thought I just did it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I was only trying to make this video in the hour, so let me speed this up. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, so let's see, where was I? Unprotected sex, condom broke. Okay, so Jay Z's attorneys have repeatedly denied the claims made by all parties involved, including Wanda, Rymir, and Rymir's grandmother, Little Coley, um, who Wanda gave custody to when she became greatly ill and unable to care for her son. At the time of her alleged encounter with the rapper, Wanda says for her son, at the time of her alleged encounter with the rapper, Wanda says that Jay Z went by the street name Rock, a precursor to his billion-dollar company Rock Nation. Jay Z did not know her as Wanda, she claims, stating in the affidavit that she went by the alias Carmel and Precious. Um, in 1992, when she says her meeting with Jay Z took place, Wanda, uh, I think I should save this for her son to say instead of me. So we're gonna get into this video and let's see what Rymir has to say about his mother and Jay Z's encounter.
Be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who would have been older than.
All right. So he said consume. I'm pretty sure he meant conceived. But the age of well, she's saying in her affidavit that she was 16 years old and in high school when they met. So let's take let's take this into consideration because Beyonce is 10 years his junior, and we don't know how long he was pursuing her or whatever before they got together or announced that they were an item. Let's all remember that it was said that you know, the Rockefeller Records breakup was all for a woman, and that woman was Aaliyah, of which you can see Jay Z partying with in pictures, and then later she got with Dame Dash. But we don't know what transpired between all three of them, other than we know that Dame and Aaliyah was in a loving relationship. But that's just what the Alpha David says. Um, but Jay Z, who was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and was 22, Wanda further claimed that the only person who knew about the alleged encounter was her friend Kalisha Allen, who signed the affidavit as an eyewitness. Affidavit of Wanda Satterthwaite and Sean Carter relationship. The document, which was signed by a notary public in the state of New Jersey on February 25th, 2015, begins with these words. I will enlarge this for you guys so we all can see this together. And it states, affidavit of Wanda Satterthwaite, age in Sean Carter relationship. So she basically has the encounter documented in words. So basically, she went to a notary, says, "Hey, I need a notarized statement," and basically, this is what she did. She says, "I, Wanda Satterthwaite, write these allegations about my relationship with Sean C. Carter. I met Sean Corey Carter in fall 1992, and he identified himself as Rock, though my friend Kalisha Allen, who is an eyewitness, Mr. Carter and a friend came to Philadelphia, excuse me, came to Philadelphia to pick up both me and Kalisha around the area of 24th and Bolton Street in Philadelphia. I went by the name Carmel or Precious. Kalisha rode in the front of the car with Sean's friend, while Wanda, aka Carmel or Precious, uh, or Precious, rode in the back with Sean. The driver drove what looked like an Eldorado car, which was gold and yellow. We were taken back to Sean's aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects in New York. The building had elevator with gates and mirrors inside, and I am unsure of the floor, but the apartment had and a had two bedroom, and the bedrooms were off to your left once you entered the apartment. After talking, drinking, and dancing, my girlfriend went off to the room with Sean's friend, and I went with Sean. Sean was wearing a black Woolrich hood jacket with a hat, and his hair was a small afro. But once they left his aunt's place, he put on a black leather jacket. Sean and I did have protected sex, but the protection broke. Sean and his friend returned 2 weeks later to see us girls again, but they only found me, Wanda, since Kalisha was having problems at home. Sean asked me to leave with him, but I told him I could not because my mother would be upset. I never saw him again until a year later on television, but still had no idea of his real name until later and did not know how to reach him. Signed, Wanda Satterthwaite and her witness friend, Kalisha, sworn and subscribed before me this 25th day of February 2015. Notary Public of the State of New Jersey. Stamped Michelle R. Langston, Notary Public, State of New Jersey. My commission expires April 11, 2016. ID number 2407253. So that's her full story of how she met and had unprotected, sex um with Jay-Z. So, with that being said, that's rather eerie. Excuse me, that, 22-year-old man's going after a 16-year-old girl, but that's none of my business. Or is it? Anyway, let's get back into the article. And it states, let's see. I read the whole thing. So Wanda's affidavit continues with a description of the building she says they entered, and I read that to you guys already. So Wanda continued by describing the outfit. Basically, he had a hat with a Woolrich jacket with a hood and all that, changed into a leather jacket. She claimed that she and Jay-Z had protected sex during the alleged encounter, but the protection broke. Um, let's see. Alpha David continues with Wanda alleged that Jay-Z and his friend, who was not named, probably was Tata, in the document returned 2 weeks later to see her and Kalisha. But that Kalisha was not able to go because she was having problems at home. Uh, Sean asked Wanda to leave with him. She said she couldn't because her mom would be upset. And she never saw him again until a year later on television. And she didn't know how to reach him because she didn't know his real name nor his real number. The document, which was given to DailyMail.com by Wanda's son Rymir, was signed by his late mom and Kalisha, the woman she says was with her at the Brooklyn apartment. Rymir and Lily have been fighting to prove that Jay-Z is his father since he was 21 years old. In February, Rymir filed a new motion with the New Jersey Supreme Court. He asked the court to unseal years of documents that date back to 2012. He argued that keeping them unsealed prevented him from getting justice. The Supreme Court rejected his new motion, which highlights specific points throughout the case in 29 pages. The court stated that it did not have jurisdiction to reopen matters in the appeals court or to unseal records in the trial court. Rymir then filed a motion with the uh, appellate division, which was denied on May 8th. I'm pretty sure of this year. He says he will now file an appeal with the district. Hey, homie, do yourself a favor. Just let it go. All right, because obviously Jay-Z don't want none of this shit out. So it's best if you just cut your losses and be like, I don't know who my real dad is. Like, that's more of an appealing story than somebody saying Jay-Z's my dad. Allow what's his names? Um whatever his kids' names are. Allow his kids to say that, because you looking kind of corny out here right now, my dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, your mom did it. They sealed documents. They cut her off from, from uh having her know certain things and getting certain information and all that. It's for the simple fact is that he doesn't want nobody to know that he ever dealt with your mom. That's number one. Like, let's get that out the way first. That's number one. He doesn't want nobody to know that he dealt with your mom back in 2002. I mean, 1992. So your best bet is to cut your losses, man. Like, you making yourself look like a straight fool out here. And I will say this. Hey, if the man wants to be in your life, he would have pursued you. But he didn't, because he didn't feel as though that he had any other children other than Blue, Ivy, and Park. I guess his son's name is Park, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, or is Blue Ivy. No, Blue Ivy is Blue's first name or whatever. I don't even know who the hell. Anyway, the man got 3 kids by Beyonce. That's all I know. So anyway, last week Rymir spoke to DailyMail.com about the case and said, "I won't stop fighting for this until I win." Which you're gonna be shelling out a lot of money. So I don't know what kind of trust fund you got, sir, but it's pretty deep if you're gonna keep fighting. And I will win because the law is on our side. This is not going to be over until justice is served. I just want to live my life, and let's see, when it is all said and done, I hope that Jay-Z would want to be in my life and be a part of my life if that is in God's will. Wanda claims she had sex with Jay-Z in '92, and um, at the time the rapper was far from the global icon he is today. It was 4 years before the release of his debut studio album, Reasonable Doubt, in 1996. At the time of at the time of their tryst, she must be talking about when she seen him a year later on TV. Like, if you track Jay Z's, like, I don't know what you would call it, but if you track Jay Z's, like, track record in hip hop before he was signed, he was on a few songs. He had a song with Jazzo, and it's these other cats he was in a it's these other cats he was in a song with, and I can't remember exactly what that song was called, but like, he was pretty obscure in, like, the early '90s until Reasonable Doubt came out, and then we know him for his music today and stuff like that. But it's neither here nor there. I should have pre-recorded this. Anyway, let's see. Wanda was in a ongoing off-again relationship with her high school sweetheart, Robert Graves. However, she says it was her alleged one-night stand with Jay-Z, which she kept hidden from Robert during which, hold on, her alleged one-night stand with Jay-Z, which she kept hidden from Robert, during which her son Rymir was conceived. When Wanda gave birth to Rymir in July 1993, Robert was by her side in the hospital and signed Rymir's birth certificate for the simple fact that the boy was only 17. He was just looking at it as doing something good. My eye is fucking with me now. He was 17, 18, whatever. He probably looked at it as a good deed, but not knowing that, he's legally liable for the child now. But we're boys, we make mistakes when we're young, so. Anyway, signed the birth certificate and his biological father. A family insider says that uh nothing is hold on. Yeah, family insider says nothing like him. Ramirez says that Wanda told him that Jay-Z was his biological father when he was 8 years old. It was not until 2010 when Wanda's heart condition, which was the result of untreated scarlet fever when she was 2 years old, did the case of paternity become an issue. Okay, this is where shit's starting to get strange because none of this shit's starting to make sense now. All right. When Wanda met Jay Z, he was just a normal guy. When she began her plea for a paternity test, he was a megastar, marrying his wife Beyonce in 2008. Wanda was sure that she had sex with only two men when she became pregnant in 92, and that was Robert and Sean. That's who she's claiming who she had sex with. All right. Let's see. Um she filed paperwork with a Pennsylvania court to make both men take a paternity test to to de- uh to determine who was her son's real father. Excuse me. When the court issued an order, Robert argued to undergo genetic testing, proving once without any shadow of a doubt that he and Rymir had no biological relations. Robert's name was removed from Rymir's birth certificate by the court and has remained blank ever since in 2011. Wanda handed over custody of her son to Rymir's godmother, Lily, who has been fighting on behalf of Rymir Lily told uh, ever since. Lily told DailyMail.com, I was just trying to help my godmother's child have a relationship with his father, recounting how Rymir was forced to accept the fact that his mother was dying at the time. Lily added, "It was so hard on him because he was ripped away from his mom and had hold on, was ripped away from his mom and had no one to call dad." That same year, multiple reports surfaced alleging that Jay Z had fathered another son with a Trinidadian model. Chanel Scott claimed that the rapper's team was quick to dismiss them as ridiculous rumors in 2012. Lily and Rymir began to pursue legal action against Jay Z, a battle that has now spanned more than 10 years. And since the pair embroiled in endless legal back and forth with the rapper's attorneys, Rymir insists that Jay Z's lawyers have attempted to subvert the system so that their client did not have to take a paternity test, which Rymir believes would put an end to these case to the case once and for all. Documentation about every legal proceeding is enclosed in Rymir's new motion, which has been seen by DailyMail.com, and which outlines how the case began with a pretrial in Camden County, New Jersey, on August 13th, 2012. During the protection over the case, because it had first been filed by his mother Wanda in Pennsylvania. Therefore, Jay Z's attorney said the case should be dismissed outright because Rymir was over 18 years old at the time of the pretrial. Pennsylvania law states that paternity must be established before a child reached the age of adulthood. The court, however, disagreed, stating that the case should be decided under New Jersey law, which defines the age of parentage as being 23 years old. Jay Z's lawyers argue that he should be exempt from undergoing a DNA test in New Jersey because he did not live or own any property in the state, despite several news articles linking him to homes in Alpine and Newport. My client does not have contact in New Jersey, uh, or have contacts in New Jersey. He doesn't own residences. He doesn't own anything in Alpine. He doesn't own anything in Newport because he sold them all off because he was living in New Jersey. Let's put that in perspective. I don't know why that information is out there. It is on the internet, his lawyer told the court. As results of this argument, let's see. The judge dismissed the case. Rymir's attorney immediately appealed the verdict, insisting that they had evidence in the form of three property deeds and tax records, providing that Jay Z owned several properties in New Jersey and that his attorney, therefore, committed fraud by stating otherwise in court. This is a legal this is a legal conundrum. Like nobody like this dude's mom's been fighting since 2012, right? She died in 2019. That's right before the pandemic. So then he starts filing motions so he can get the truth out there. He's meeting with Daily Mail, giving them information so they can run the story. And it's like, hey, dude, cut your losses. You might as well go to the guy Robert Graves and be like, yo, you think you can be a dad to me, yo? Because come on, let's be honest. Jay Z ain't thinking about this dude. That's the reason why he's probably not even showing up in court. He's probably allowing his attorneys to handle that, and that's it. He's probably like, "Hey, handle that. I'm not coming in. I'm not talking about nothing, and I'm not getting on any stands. I'm not giving any statements. I'm not doing shit." And you got this dude, but here's a big but though. What if this shit is true? Like, what if everything I just said of what Jay Z ain't about to do? What if what if all of it is true? Like what if Jay Z really did father this child back in '92? Well, yeah, back in '92 when he was called J Rock or Rock or whatever the fuck he was called. And let's not look over that She said she was 16 at the time, and Jay Z was 22. Let's not look that over. Kind of gets your mind going afterwards. You're like, well, did he do it? Like, or didn't he do it? Like, you can only have those sort of thoughts at this point because what can I say about this? Um, I don't know, man. Like, this is weird. Like, this is weird. Like, he could easily just give up, but he doesn't seem as though that he wants to do that. So, like, it would be cool. It would be cool to say I had a famous dad, right? Which I don't. My dad was a hardworking man that made sure that he paid his child support on time every month. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, but it would be cool if I can say my dad was like a famous something, like famous football player, famous I don't know, famous lawyer, famous scientist, something like. I would have loved to say that as a kid, but you know, my dad lived in the state of Delaware, and there ain't really many famous people coming out of Delaware like that. Like none that I know of. I just know of maybe one, and he was married to Reese Witherspoon, and they built a house somewhere in Newcastle County, and then they split up, and the house got passed down to his sister, and the rest is history. Um, but I don't know, man. Like judging off of like some of the information that was presented like for the courts, the affidavit that was signed, the notarized affidavit that was written by his mother, and she brought her homegirl with her, Kalisha. Um, it's just like it's too many moving parts in this. The first moving part is that Jay Z and his homeboy drove to Philadelphia to pick these girls up. Where the fuck did he meet these girls in the first place? That's something that she's not saying. Well, she can't say it now because she's gone. But that's one thing that's not being said is where did they meet? Because they was living in Philadelphia. The hold on, Carmel and or Precious was with Kalisha in Philly. Where the fuck did they meet in the first place? Did was Jay Z and whomever he was with? Um, did they meet them while they was getting some work or something? And they so happened to be at the cheesesteak spot, and they saw both of them. Was like, hey, yo, what's up? How's it going, shorty? We from New York. Whatever, you trying to roll with us? Or however the hell he used to holler at females. I don't know. And then they come back down to come get him. They go to Jay Z's aunt's house. I guess she wasn't home for his homeboy to fuck on Kalisha in one of the rooms, and then he takes her in another room, if not the living room, and fucks on her, and the protection breaks. I don't know, man. Like, this is it. Hold on. Another moving part is that she cheated on her boyfriend, Robert Graves, off of a one night stand with someone she didn't know that was 22 years old. We all have these stories that we know while we were in high school, if not middle school. A girl that we knew that was dating somebody that was way older than her. We all have these stories. So this isn't surprisingly shocking to me because I knew of several girls in my school that was dating older dudes that was at least 7 to 10 years older than them. Well, what can you do? Ain't much you can do really. Is just to keep your mouth shut because streets is watching. Jay Z, that wasn't a pun to you, all right? I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean it's a hard knock life out here for everybody. Because in your lifetime, right, you might fuck around and make a black album and I'm trying to remember all the Jay Z's. Oh yeah, you might fuck around, make a black album that's actually your blueprint or your blueprint too to have uh somebody like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Um, or you can have the life and times of Sean Carter as your album, but that's just a reasonable doubt. I'm just over here just spitting facts to y'all right now. But anyway, I can't remember no more Jay Z's albums. Let me look them up. I could probably come up with a better um like a better pun or whatever. Okay, all right. They're all here. Oh, this is good. This is good. I need them in order though. Yeah, I need these in order. Let me go to his discography. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Are y'all ready? This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump around. All right, I'm gonna jump around. I'm not. I'm probably not gonna say what I said exactly how I just said it, but just bear with me. Um, some, you know, maybe she wasn't lying about what was going on because she might, for a better or worse, have a reasonable doubt in her lifetime that her hard knock life was basically the life of time was with the life and times of Sean Carter. Because she wants to have a dynasty. She wanted to have a dynasty with this man. Rock La Familia. You know what I'm talking about? Or he could have just went in the booth and made the Black album and just faded to black because that could have been the blueprint or the blueprint to his kingdom come because any American gangster has a blueprint 3 if their Magna Carta Holy Grail uh, is at 444. You know what I'm talking about? Um, because this could be the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Or the best of both worlds to unfinished business most of the time. Because sometimes you could have a collision course while you're watching the throne. Everything is love at the end of the day. That's all I have to say about that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say about that because if he doesn't know, the streets is watching. That's all I gotta say. That's all I got to say. I did that all with, all off of his discography. That's all I got to say. But anyway, man. Anyway, it's just some. This is just a lot of foolishness. Like Jay Z basically has the wherewithal to afford these high powered lawyers to get all this shit swept underneath the rug. Just because there's articles and shit being made about this doesn't mean that he's lost at all. Like he very well is winning by having all this shit dismissed because you gotta remember he's a billionaire next to any judge that I guess is a New Jersey judge. So I'm not saying a New Jersey judge doesn't get paid or probably doesn't have millions, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have millions. They probably have like 20, 30, 40, 50s of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. But I'm pretty sure that they don't have millions, if not billions of dollars. So Jay Z's probably he, he probably got any of these judges under his thumb. Because what judge really wants to sit and hear about some paternity shit that's been going on for 10 years? And when he's looking at the information before he does his trial, judges they sit back and they look at all the information that's been presented in the case because they want to have a better understanding of what they're coming up against, what they have to rule against, and so both lawyers have a good amount of time to state their cases. And for all we know, Jay Z's paying these motherfuckers off. Like, man, just throw this shit out. Like, I don't feel like hearing about this motherfucker. Like, do y'all remember when we were saying that Jay Z had possibly had a child with a mill? Do y'all remember that rumor going around that Jay Z and a mill had something going on? And then it came around that Jay Z and not that girl that they just spoke on in this that Trinidadian model, but who did they say he possibly had a child with? The only person I can think of is is a mill. That's the only person I can think of. But yeah, man. That's really all I have to really say about all of this. So if any of y'all want to come up here and talk about any of this, you can. You can either dial the number. The number is, I'll put it on screen for you right now. 302-283-9791. If you're overseas, make sure you type whatever number you have to type to get I guess call out of the country, I guess. I don't know. But the number is 302-283-9791, or you can just hit the link that is pinned in the live chat right now. And if you go to the chat, you'll see a blue rectangle sitting at the top of the chat. If you hit that, it expands. When it expands, you'll see that there is a link linking you to Studio Restream. So if you want to hit the link, come on up. Make sure that there are 3 rules you have to follow. If you want to be on camera, or if you don't want to be on camera, you still have to be on camera back here in the backstage and answer the question with your name and your answer, and silence all background noise, please. All right. Um, excuse me. That's all I have to say. If any of you guys want to come up here, you can, I'll give you guys the next 20 seconds, and then I'm out of here. All right, nobody wants to come up. That is fine. You don't have to. Damn, if y'all called, I would never know because I don't even got the. I don't even have Safari up. All right, none of you guys have called, so that's fine. We can end the show here, so no biggie. All right, everybody. Any of you guys who are watching now, thank y'all for being here for the time that you guys have given me. I highly appreciate it. But with that being said, all things must come to an end. So let me get these promotions in, and I'll get you guys right on out of here. So if you please could do me a favor, go and subscribe to this here channel, Marcus Speaks, if you haven't already done so. Also, please hit the description box and go to the links section, right, of the description box. You'll see that I have a Rumble link there. Go and subscribe to me. You can, you're helping me where I can start live streaming over there. So once I get the correct amount of people where I can start live streaming over there, I'll start doing that. So we'll be streaming here as well as to Rumble every podcast. So, do me a favor and help with that. If you ever want to watch my show or any of my shows, I come on every weekend at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is both on Friday for Marcus Speaks Play, as well as on Saturdays for Marcus Speaks Live. So come check me out. Don't forget. This was going to be a pre-recorded video because I didn't really feel like doing a live today, but hey, it worked out. And if you ever want to call or hit the link to come up and talk to me, you can. There will always be the link and the number that is always pinned in the live chat. So if you ever come to the show, just make sure you check the live chat, see if there's a blue rectangle there. Hit the rectangle. It expands to even bigger rectangle. You'll see the number and the link to come up here and come talk to me. But there's 3 rules you have to follow. Those 3 rules are: must be on camera at all times. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, because if you do come up here for black screen, I'm just going to kick you the hell off. I'm just going to block you forever, where you can't come up here and come talk to me. So make sure you follow the rules, because I don't want to get anything misconstrued. But if you don't want to be on camera to the public, that is fine. You don't have to. There will always be a question back here for you to answer. Please give me your name and your answer of what you want to do, so I can further accommodate you from there. And this rule, the last rule, pertains to both the link and the phone number. Please silence all background noise if you can. Alright? If you can't, don't call. Don't hit the link. But if you can, please find a nice and cool spot in your house. I'm trying to run at least a 7 show here, so please give me the respect that I'm trying to give you. share this to your friends, family, co-workers, and social medias. And I only have one last thing for you guys, and this is just words of wisdom. Please focus on getting that money, because we all know money makes the world go round. Also, please drink more water for health purposes. Hydrates, foods, all kinds of stuff. Mind your own business for mental health purposes. People's business all the time. Your mental health is all flustered. If you haven't believed anything that I've said today, you don't have to. You can do your own goddamn research to help you along. Look, this is Marcus Display. I've been Marcus. I think you guys are watching. I check you guys